we should be afterwards, like it's all worthless, it's all futile. But actually, I think as I encountered this gospel this past week, my mind really kind of went whirling in all kinds of directions. Because I think it's quite a challenge to stop and take stock, isn't it? Quite a challenge. I celebrated the life of a young man this past week on Tuesday night who had lost his battle to chemical addiction. 23 years old. 23 years old. And I knew his parents quite well, and as we sat there at the kitchen table and we were thinking about him and all about the things that he did and the battles he was engaged in, we both came up with, or all three of us actually came up with that very same question. Like, what's the most important thing in our lives? What's the most important thing in our lives? It became quite apparent that it wasn't about things, because at 23 he didn't have many things. And it wasn't about wealth, because he didn't have a lot of that. It really boiled down to the fact that what the most important things in our lives are our relationships. I know a lot of people that have a lot of things, and I know a lot of people who treasure those things. And the things aren't bad as long as we know what they're for or what they're about. Maybe if we use the things to build our relationships with one another. But they're really not the most important. It is those relationships that are. I know I've said it before, but it's still true today. The fastest growing industry in the United States, the fastest growing industry is storage. Storage. You'd think it would be IT, but it's storage. We have to have places to put our stuff. But the question is, do we really? I mean, stuff really isn't that important, is it? Stuff really isn't that important. It really is about relationships. It's not about our titles, it's not about our businesses, it's not about our reputations, it's not about our degrees or our house or boat or any other of our material things. It's about how we care for and with one another. It's about how we care. I know when my doctor said last year that I'd be lucky if I had 60 months, right? When I heard that, I thought, wow, this sucks, right? This sucks. And then I thought to myself, phew, I better get my act together. If I really only got 60 months, I better get this shit together. I better get this together. And then I thought to myself, really, after I went home and kind of processed that and sat down with that, I said to myself, what really is the most important thing in life? And it really is relationships. It's really about the people, not about the things. I mean, I don't really care about the things. It really is time to reevaluate, I think, for all of us. And I thought to myself, wow, I better get my priorities right. One of the cards I received at my retirement just a few months ago holds a really special place. Got some awesome cards, but one holds, many hold a special place, but one really holds a real challenge for me. And in that card, it said, do this. Take 1 hour each day and write down all the important things you have learned in your life so that when you're gone, you can share it with the rest of us. And I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. Now, I haven't done it very, very well. I've done it some. I've actually come up with 12 pages of stuff so far. And it's only been a couple months, and I haven't been spending my hour a day, although I'm going to keep trying. But as I looked through that list, as I was preparing this homily tonight, it was really kind of funny because I don't need a storage locker. The 12 pages, there isn't one of them that's something. I don't need any storage locker. It's all about relationships. It's all about lessons that I've learned about life and what I continue to learn about life. Not one of them needs a storage locker. I wonder if we spent just this next week, wouldn't it be an awesome exercise to just sit down and say, here's number 1 through 10, what I think are the most important things in my life. What are the most important things in our life? And then to take our lives and orient it toward those 10 things rather than the other things that the world wants us to believe that are the most important. What are the 10 things that are most important in our lives? I wonder what that answer would be, and I wonder how it might actually change our lives.